Morning, everyone. It is March 10th, 2025, and just wanted to kind of give a quick recap of a couple days ago. In my last video, I know I talked about how March 8th is the mark of 2 years since we lost Garrett here on Earth, and so I just want to kind of talk with you all and kind of share what we did for yesterday or essentially Saturday. And then to kind of also give a little bit of information on the upcoming videos, as those are going to be pretty tough to kind of walk through for me, just to kind of revisit all of that again. It's also still very real. Again, even being 2 years, it feels like yesterday, and so. Going back to Saturday, day started off like a normal day, nothing else going on, did some schoolwork. Funny thing is after 20 years of not being in school, I decided to revisit that and started school in January to finish off my bachelor's degree for business. So that thankfully keeps my time somewhat occupied when the weather's kind of bad and I'm not able to go out there and do things. And I haven't been able to do much since the end of February. I had neck surgery. I don't know if you can kind of see that on the camera. February 24th, and I had my C5, C6 fused from a side-by-side accident in 2023. And eventually, one of these videos that we have on this channel will kind of walk through that whole event as well, because that's kind of part of how I handle things after it all took place. And so that's one of my lessons learned and something I want to share, just so if it, I don't want to say prevents, but if it can just shed light to anyone else on maybe quickly finding some more constructive ways, or not so impactful in a negative way, ways to cope with a loss like this. And so eventually we'll get there. But going back to Saturday. So again, woke up, did some schoolwork, got a hold of Garrett's mom, was talking about meeting with them down there at her place. And the excuse me, I will also let you guys know that the place that she's in now is not the place where the accident happened. We did everything in our power to get her out of that place, her and my daughter, and into a new place, because I can only imagine how difficult that must have been, if she would have had to go back to that house and relive that over and over again every time she enters that front door. And so we all kind of came together to look for a different place for her, and so that was great. I was glad we were able to do that. And then so we went down there, we met up, and then the cool thing is that Garrett's buddies, Carson, Justice, Casey, and Aubrey, they all kind of reached out to us. I think it was on Thursday of last week, and asked about seeing if they could hang out for a bit. And we're like, heck yeah, come on over whenever. So we all decided to meet up down there at Garrett's mom's house, and we got there around 3:00 or so. My daughter and her boyfriend were playing video games. They were playing Call of Duty up there, and they have a kind of a detached mother-in-law quarters, so they rent that out. And so they were up there playing video games. We said hi to them, told them that we were meeting all across the walkway there at Barbara's, Garrett's mom's. And so we did that. Barbara's boyfriend, Kevin, great guy. Can't say enough about him as far as how he's been there for Barbara and for Lily. It's very sad that he never got the opportunity to meet Garrett. I think Garrett would really like him, and I think they would have gotten along great, especially because Kevin's a better gamer than I am. So that would have been fun for Garrett. So we met over there. His buddies ended up showing up, which is again beyond, great. I will also say this: it was very heartwarming and also heartbreaking at the same time. Watching them all stand there and hang out and talk as we were eating pizza and just seeing what's going on in their lives, and hearing about the sports that they're in and what they're doing and trips that they had planned coming up and the schools that they were starting to look at. All of them will be seniors this coming year, and I could picture Garrett's face standing there with them, and talking and just kind of giggling, and there was definitely some moments there where they were kind of talking amongst each other and kind of laughing and got real quiet because I'm sure they were either thinking about or said something or remembering something that they've either done or thought about where they couldn't really share that with parents yet, until they get later in their life and they're comfortable sharing that with their folks. We've all had those moments, and some of us has shared those incidents, years down the road when it's appropriate or funny to do so. But it was just cool to watch them, and watch them talk and just hang out and be with one another. And so we talked about some ideas. I have another YouTube channel that I started. It's called G-Man Adventures, and that channel is truly just it's dedicated to Garrett. And what that channel is about, I don't have any videos to it right now. I just literally created it last week. And but what the goal of that channel is to essentially video whatever we have going on that's somewhat exciting: dirt bike riding, camping, side by sides, whatever it may be, vacations, and post that. And then if that channel ever makes any money whatsoever, everything that we want to do, so 100% of those proceeds, again, if it ever gets that far, who knows, will go back into doing something for kids Garrett's age. And so whether that's renting a game truck, for 4 hours and then throwing it up on Facebook, like, hey, this game truck's going to be here, ages, 10 to 15, swing on by for free, play games for half hour on a rotation, or if that's going back down to the Croc Center and doing free throw competitions and handing out, 20 some gift certificates for movie tickets, whatever it may be. We want to dump 100% back into something where the slogan Garrett gives back, that's the slogan we're going to have with that channel. Garrett gives back. And so that'll be cool. I hope that is able to do something, eventually over time. I know it's not going to happen overnight, but it's something we wanted to start and again, continue his legacy and continue his purpose. So if you get a chance, I'll probably have a video posted up by the end of this week. But you get a chance to take a peek at it. If not, no big deal. We're just gonna do it for fun, really, and then maybe it'll turn into something. So met with his buddies, talked for a while. They ended up having to take off. They were there for a good hour and a half or so, which was cool. Cool to hang out with them for a bit. And again, that that heartbreaking moment where Garrett should be here. He should be here with his buddies and sharing in those same conversations and looking forward to those same things. And just unfortunately, that's not the case. And then so after we wrapped up there at Barbara's with his buddies and stuff, my daughter Lily, she so Garrett, I think I mentioned in the last video, Garrett was a top ramen fanatic. I mean, he would eat top ramen twice a day, 7 days a week if you let him. But so she found this cool noodle place. I think it's called Hot Pot out in Rathdrum, which is about, 12, 15 minutes north of us. And so we ended up going to dinner. It was just myself, Leslie, my girlfriend, Lily, and then Sam, her boyfriend. Went out there and to this ramen place, and it was super cool. And I'll put some pictures here in this video for you just to see. The pictures aren't great, but gives you an idea of what it was like. It's just kind of small mom and pop operation. You go, you pick out your own package of noodles, and then they have little cook stations and burners and stuff where you cook it yourself. And go sit down and enjoy it. And they have all those different drinks and things that you don't find here in the States for sure. And so we really got a kick out of that. And then and then of course my daughter and I, to carry on what Garrett and I would do all the time, we would do hot spicy challenges. And so we obviously had to pick the spiciest ramen there, for us to eat and just make Garrett proud of us, again and again. And so we did that, and we survived, which was nice. I have some videos, and maybe over time I'll pull those videos up and post them of Garrett and I doing some of these hot and spicy challenges. Some of them were just they're crazy, and very painful, but it was something that we always got a kick out when we travel. We'd look for those things to do. So we wrapped up at the ramen place, and then we pretty much just kind of went back to our respective homes and kind of crashed for the night. It was a long day, emotionally, and again, thankful for the time that we had with Garrett. But every minute that we go on now, we still wish he was here with us and doing all these things that we try to push through and make ourselves do. And in all honesty, it's hard to find enjoyment in a lot of that stuff. I'm trying. It's tough, but maybe that'll be different over time. I don't know, but it is very difficult. So that kind of recaps Saturday, and so I'm going to try to keep this video a little shorter than the last one. It was a little long than the last one, but the one thing I'll give you a little bit of insight to some of the upcoming videos here. The next one I'll probably I kind of want to get into just myself talking out loud and openly about post him passing away, like what we had to do, the processes and the steps behind that, and also the expenses too. So it was very, I don't know how to explain it, but it was something that we didn't really know, and we couldn't even really fathom until it was in front of us, especially on the expense side. And so I'll share that information because I think it's important. I think it's important for planning and preparation too. Unfortunately, I hate to say that and think that way, but after having to go through something like this, it is very important. So there's more to come. I hope you guys all have, again, a great day, a blessed day, and I will see you guys soon. I'll try to post another video here in a couple days, and again, be kind, be nice, have fun, and smile when and where you can. All right, bye.